Hi everybody, hope you're doing well today. I had gotten a great question and it jarred me up to want to answer it because I thought this would be a great topic. And the question I got from a YouTube subscriber was, what do souls do in heaven? I thought that was such an excellent question. And it got me to thinking, and what do souls do in heaven? That's many times I get a lot of clients that come into my office, and the first thing that they'll say is when I make contact with somebody that they have lost, well, what are they doing? Are they okay? And it's interesting because, well, first I want to say that when you pass, you actually have a choice in what era you want to be. In other words, if you were very old on earth in this lifetime and you passed, so say you were 85, but yet now you're coming as maybe somebody that was in their 20s, or maybe this person served in the army and is coming pretty buff, or, you get a woman who loved, the 1950s, so maybe she's in her 30s. So you get to choose the era and the age that was maybe one of your more favorite times. And it's very, very true. You get to choose. So if you want to stay old, you can stay old. You want to stay young. If there's something particular that you really remember yourself at your best and you want to get that back, that is something you can't. Because many times I will see parents, and when their children are there, I can actually tell them who looks like who, because I actually see their parents. And I'm like, oh my God, you're the spinach of your father, or you are just like your dad, or you got your mom's eyes, and they're baffled. They're like, how do you know? I said, because your parents are coming through, or your mother's coming through, and her favorite time was when she was in her 30s. And many times the kids will say, I could see that, because my mother would always have pictures or memories, or everybody was still alive, and just different things that jar these things. So that's the first thing I wanted to say. So you get to choose the age you want to appear in a spiritual way. Second of all, when you choose to go through that light, you get reunited with many loved ones. Many times, even when people are dying and they're in the hospital or they're in hospice and they are in between worlds, they start to see their loved ones not coming to get them, but they're around and they see them. They come because they want you to not be afraid and for you not to know that you're alone. It's not that they're coming for you. They're just there. And they're making you feel secure. And many times people that are very, very sick and they can't talk, they're saying, my mom, they're mentioning someone's name, and that person is deceased because they can see them. Now, many times doctors will say, well, that's the drugs doing that, they have hallucinations. No, it's real. I debate this a lot with doctors. Many doctors do agree with me, and then you get the other doctors that are all scientific and they say no. Okay, I'm not here to debate that. But I am telling you that this does happen. I think many of you will agree that, you've had somebody that was, getting ready to pass, but yet they were seeing somebody that had been deceased for many years. So you do get to see your loved ones and they start coming. And once you go through that light, but it's amazing. It's an amazing feeling. And what happens when you now go up? Well, it's interesting. There's God, and I don't hesitate to say it because there is. It's very real. And for the people that don't believe, that's okay, but there is God. And many atheists that were on this earth that now have passed and crossed over, the first thing that they always tell me to tell their loved ones is, there is God. And sometimes I'll get the loved ones that'll say, it's funny you say that because my husband didn't believe. I go, well, he's believing now. So, is there God? Absolutely. And they get to meet and experience the energy of God. And you have what's called a review, a life review with your angels, with God. And you go over the things that you didn't do well on earth, that maybe you need help with, and the things that you did wonderful, and that you had your soul growth with, of all the experiences. So many times, you do the things that you loved most in a beautiful way. If somebody liked to fish, I sometimes will see somebody fishing. If somebody liked driving a car or had a favorite car, I'll see that specific car. It's really kind of cool to see all the neat stories that the loved ones come and they share with me that I can share to all of you. But there are different things that we still have to learn up there. And we do. I always say we come in each lifetime on different levels. My level might be different than yours or your child or your spouse. We come in different levels and we leave in different levels. So while we're up there, we are learning in different levels as well. Okay? Now, do you reincarnate? It's free will, but then again, it's up to you and God and what goes on if you're going to come back again or if you're not going to. So it was a good question. I love the question because is it beautiful up there? Is it perfect up there? Is there no pain? Is it all about the love? Absolutely. But it's all about being and conditioning and learning to be the best and strongest soul that you can be. And this is what it is up there. So with all of that, and you know, it's funny, many people, they tell me I'm so afraid to die. I said, never be afraid to die. Don't be afraid to die. Be afraid to suffer, because I guess I wouldn't wish suffering and pain for anybody on a physical way, because that's just, it's very unfortunate. I don't wish that on anybody. But to go to a higher power and to be with God and to be with your loved ones, when the time is right for you, it'll be. So think about that. Don't be in a hurry. Like I say, sometimes when our loved ones pass, sometimes I'll get people that'll say, but I want to die too. I can't live without my husband. And I've told many people, if you do decide to do suicide, and I don't encourage it, you will see your loved one again, but you won't get to stay with them because you will be placed in another soul level. So remember that. So as hard as it is when we lose someone and we can't bear the pain or trying to live without them, we still have work to do here. That's why we're left behind, because we have work to do. So please, as hard as it could be for you, remember that. All right? So until next time, I hope this has helped you and enlightened you. Tune into YouTube. Travis does these videos and he does such a great job, and every week he releases a new one. So stay in touch with that. And I hope it actually puts more clarity and more peace into your life and taking away the fear of what we think is. Until next time, all the best. Take care. Bye-bye.